Welcome back to Kirby Courses. I recently got some requests for a video covering the structure field, so let's have a look at it. First of all, what is a structure field? You can use it whenever you want to display a group of fields multiple times on a single page. In this example, you can see a team page. Each team member has an image field and two text fields. In the panel, the structure field will look like this. You can see there's an Add button on the top, which adds a new team member. That button will always add the exact same set of fields. If you need more flexibility and want different types of entries, the Builder field or Modules plugin is for you. But in this video, I will focus on the structure field, so let's move on. Step 1. The blueprint. Just add a field to your blueprint and set the type to structure. Now you can define the fields of a single team member. You can use any field you want in here, aside from another structure field. So let's add an image field for our team members. We define a label and a type, just as we always do. We can also set fields to required here. A required image field looks like this. You will only be able to close the module with a selected option. It doesn't even have an empty option. Next up, we need a field for the name. Let's set the label to name and the type to text. Now this one should be required too. And now another field for the position. This will be a simple text field too. We won't need to require this one. Okay, now the panel already looks like this. We can add a team member by clicking on Add. When you try to add a team member with an empty required field, it won't even let you save the entry and color the empty field label red. So let's fill in some dummy content. As you can see, the entry preview displays all the fields on below the other by default. Now that's okay for a small number of fields, but sometimes you have multiple long text areas or you want to highlight a specific field. That's why we will add an entry option in the blueprint. The greater than sign lets you write multiple lines for this entry option. You can use regular HTML tags in here, so let's use a strong tag to highlight the name. Double curly brackets and a field name will display the field value. Now we can add a break to add a line break and display the position value underneath the name. Okay, that looks a lot better already. We don't really need to display the image file name, and it's not possible to display the image itself in the entry. With the Builder or Modules field, this can be done, by the way. But back to our structure field. In the panel, we can now safely add the rest of our team, so we have some example team members to work with. Now let's move on to the template part. Step 2. The template. The entries we added have already been saved to the content files. That's actually a great advantage of file-based CMS in my opinion. It often makes sense to have a quick look at the content files. As you can see, the team members are divided by a hyphen. That already tells us we will have separate groups of fields for each of the team members. And for each is actually a pretty good keyword already. Around our team members, we add a surrounding div with the class members. Now we can use a for each loop, access our structure field, and use the toStructure method. This converts the structure field content into a regular Kirby collection of objects. A single team member should get the member variable. We don't use the regular syntax with curly brackets, so we can easily add HTML in here. But always remember to end the for each loop. Inside here, we can wrap a single team member in a div with the class member. First of all, we will need to check if the selected image still exists. To avoid typing everything twice, we can define the image variable when checking if the file exists. Inside of the if condition, we can echo this variable with the HTML function to automatically print the image tag and fill in the source attribute. That looks pretty good already, but we should never trust the editor with image sizes, so let's resize this image to say 600 by 400 pixels. Done. Let's move on to the name and put it in a headline. Nothing special to see here, we just echo the field value. The position will be wrapped in a span element, and let's just do the same thing we did with the name. Great, now our template is ready too. Now you can add, reorder, remove or change team members in a super easy way. I hope this introduction helped you getting started with more complex page layouts. If you need even more flexibility, you can look forward to the next Kirby course, where I'll have a look at the Modules plugin. That one will probably be a bit more exciting for advanced Kirby users too. See you in the next Kirby course.